Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday Bible sketching live stream. Sounds so cool adding in saying it's a live stream. Oh, yeah. All right. Gotta moisten my vocal cords for the morning. And kind of waiting to test, make sure things are working. Get the verse pulled up while that's happening. It says I'm live, but on my iPad it's not showing up. Let's check it on my phone. Oh yeah, right there. On my iPad it's not showing up. Alright. Looks like we got it. Okay. Today's verse. 1 John 4:10. This is love, not that we loved God, but that He loved us and sent His Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. So that's what we're going to be sketching on each time I just pull up the verse of the day on Bible Gateway and just go from there. Kind of makes it easy. I don't have to think about or worry about what is my verse going to be for today. I try to just pick a system and go with it. All right. This is triggering in me an idea, not a visual idea, but I'm thinking of how often I feel like I need to earn God's love. Or if I mess up, it's like, oh, He vanishes instantly. Kind of thinking of, I'll just start blocking something in here. Like I encourage every time, I always encourage you to try to draw along or try to do this, not even if you're following along in this video, but just during the week. If you're just feeling low, if you're feeling like God is distant. Hello, Rochelle. I see your comment. Good morning. It's a nice break. It's a nice, like, if you just need a little pick-me-up, you need to dwell on the Lord, maybe you're getting caught up in worries and fears. This is such a great way to, like, fight against that, to remember what is true and good and right, and that everything is okay. And look at this verse. This says, not that we loved God, but that He loved us. Like, we don't have to worry. So I'm drawing the counter of that. Had a real messy beginning here, but that's what sketching is. Making a mess. Not worrying. Let's see, so this is a sloppy drawn kid over here. I have better ideas. Maybe I'll redraw this. But I'll just get the idea out right now. So this kid, he is totally messed up. He wasn't watching what he was doing. He was playing with his ball. And here is a vase. Oh, the classic child error of breaking mom's vase. Or dad's. Put this on airplane. And as soon as he breaks the vase, the dad sees and he's like, I'm done with you, I'm walking away. And this is often how I feel like God is, which is an error. I mean, there's probably things that we can do that God will walk away and get that arm right. That one should be forward. If the right leg is forward, the left arm should be forward. Left leg is back. This one's back. All right. So this is not, I mean, there's the verse where it says, like, you know, how quick to anger a parent may be, but it says God is far more patient. He's not going to just walk away as soon as we mess up, but for some reason, must be that old devil tricks us and says, yep, God's going to leave you. Now I'm just thinking of someone who is, for you believers, you know those moments when you just realize, like, you've messed up, you're not thinking right, you've been worrying about something, you haven't been trusting in God. You know, for some people, there's maybe a real obvious sin, but I kind of feel like for a lot of us, we feel like our sin is a bit undefinable. It's maybe a bit more of our sins in our minds as far as being selfish, prideful, trying to control life on our own, worrying about stuff when we really shouldn't. So here's a bunch of people in their grief, and I was just saying, like, for you believers, you know those moments when you just truly humble yourself before the Lord. And Jesus forgives. And we know we don't deserve it, even though I think maybe we've developed a bit of a state of we think we deserve it. Thinking of Jesus on the cross here. Arms out, not down. These are really... I'm feeling sloppy today. That's me making an excuse, trying to cover for what I feel is bad drawing. We did the wrong thing. These two people here. Punishment should have been there. But instead, Jesus steps in. And the verse says, and he sent his son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. I want to go to, that's 1 John 4. No internet connection. That happens, David, when you put it on the airplane. I don't know. I'm not getting like a lot of ideas from that. I feel like I kind of expressed my point, so I just want to look a little further. What was it? John 4:10. 1 John 4:10. Come on. May need to have my real Bible on hand. Let's try reopening it. Bible, 1 John, there we go. 4:10. So what is around here? God's love and ours. This is love. Dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. I don't want to just be caught up in reading right now. I just want to draw. You know what I'm going to do? I am just going to look at the words. This may be more relatable. Just taking... I'm going to do it differently too. I'm just going to use, this is an index card, and I'm going to write out artistically this verse. I was doing this yesterday and it was kind of fun. Remember, things you can do with your sketches like this is you can revisit them, fix them. This see, because I would like this much more centered. I'm going to fill it in. This is love. Not that we loved God. That's so important that that is said. But that he loved us. He, I always like to make that capital. He loved us. And sent his son. This is not very artistic. Why are you guys watching me just rewrite out this verse? As an atoning sacrifice for our sins. That's what live streaming is all about. It is about taking risks, going for it, trying something. Some weeks may be good, some may not be quite so inspiring. Alright. I'm just gonna sort of go off the cuff here. I don't know if that's exactly what I mean to say, but I just want to draw. I feel, I don't know, I'm just thinking around this idea of love. I'm just going to start making some marks. This is a harder stock paper because I want to try to use these markers and they'll really soak into the printer paper. So I kind of did this last time where I don't really know what I'm doing. I have no plan here. I always like this kind of scooping in idea, so maybe something will come out of this. I'm getting an idea. I feel like this really expresses how I feel right now. Here's me. My proportions look a little goofy there, but whatever. And I have found this grassy spot. And I don't know, do you ever feel like you're just trying so hard to do what's right, to do what's good, and you feel like your efforts go unnoticed? You feel like for all your efforts, you kind of feel like you deserve like reward. Or at least maybe you just feel like life should not be this hard. You want it to be easier. But for some reason, it just continues to be a challenge. You know, you face struggles with, oh, maybe there's certain paperwork things you have to deal with. Ring a bell with anybody? I don't know. For me, as a creative person, I'm an idea guy, I'm a problem solver. I have so many ideas that I want to pursue, and it just is impossible to do them all. And I try to let some go, and I can sometimes. But at other times, it's like, this is just something I need to do. And I have no idea how I'm going to get this done, how I'm going to accomplish this. And the greatest comfort is when I realize that God is there. He is the great counselor. He is the one who can guide me down that perfect narrow path that has the perfect little steps to take that will trigger all the right things to fall into place. But even then, I don't know if it's always like that. I think there are those times of struggle. But anyway, getting back to what my picture is, sometimes I can just feel in my body, and I kind of feel this right now, I just want to let go. You know, let go of the worry, let go of the frustration, let go of all the things that seem to be dragging me down. Just lay back in that comfortable grass. Just say, God, I'm tired. Can you just let me rest for a moment? And I do think this is considering God's love for us. You know, it's always different. Sometimes He tells us, get up and go, make a move, do something. Other times, and I kind of think probably a lot more time than we think, He's telling us, relax, stop. You don't have to do all this stuff. I often feel like that God tells me that when I'm sick. He kind of maybe says like, that's why I have to force you to stop and relax by just making you, allowing you to become sick. So you can't do anything. The Sabbath? Ever heard of that? So I like this idea, but well, it's pretty stupid to me. N0, N2. These are Copic markers, alcohol markers. There's actually a lot of different brands of these types. These Copic ones, they're kind of considered the standard and better quality and all that. But nice way to lay in some different values. And they've got tons of colors. If you are starting with these, I recommend just getting a set of gray values. I think they have a set like that. Trying to see the comment here. Rochelle says, I drew a picture of me offering God a small heart, like a Valentine, yet I trip and fall. Then I drew a big heart with a cross in it. Its shadow covers me. I like that. It's using the symbolism. I would encourage, or maybe just suggest, that is good symbolism. That's where, something like this, it's easy to write the words. Then kind of the next step is drawing symbols, which I would say, this is more real life, but still, Jesus on a cross is a symbol. And this is more about pushing your imagination. Try to see, you can do whatever you want. I think it is inspiring and fun and makes it even more personal when you can draw yourself in a picture, when you can really make it kind of real life relatable. You're offering God a small heart like a Valentine. How do you actually offer God your love? And try to draw that. Because I'm guessing you don't give him a Valentine. And I don't mean to be criticizing at all. Like I said, I just want to encourage the imagination. Like this for me, I was struggling with this verse, and so I just started writing it because it's like my imagination is not kicking in. Well, then I just kind of realized, I'm trying. I'm trying with my sketching here, and I'm tired. I don't know what the right idea is, and then this is how I really feel. And I think, like what you're saying, Rochelle, that is how you really feel. But just as an idea, see if you can really draw what really is how you feel even more. See if you can push that a little bit. And that's fine if there's nothing there. Let's see, and you have another comment. I think you are on the right track. We need to rest in His love and strength, not on our own. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can redraw this a little bit. I'm gonna start with, you might not be able to see this, but I just want to kind of mark get some little guide points in. Kind of feel like I need reference for this. Like a photo of somebody in this pose, because I'm wanting this kind of up pose, seeing somebody laying down. I don't want his legs that wide. For some reason he just looks really stubby. Here's another thing where sketching can come into play. So I'm trying to figure out this idea. Here, I'll switch to the darker. You don't have to let your sketch be the end, like you sketched it once and that's as good as you can do. Every artist redraws. So I'm kind of thinking of perspective here, thinking of where this person is, and then I'm just going to draw a box. So here's my vantage point. And it seems like a lot of people are afraid to draw these types of things in, to kind of map out, help them think about the space. So if I put a head there, the body kind of is here. I'm just using boxes. Let's put a foot there. And I still don't feel like I'm there. I'm still struggling with, I'll just make these cylinders. I'm still struggling with how this is supposed to look. But it's starting. Maybe if I bring that box down more. So this is what you play with, what you can play with in your sketching. I feel like the head, maybe I just focus on the head. If I think of the head as a cylinder, or I'm going to switch to a box. I don't like the cylinder. Now the chin is going to come to a point here and kind of go out. Actually, I am going to switch to a reference here to my guy. This is why it's nice having different little model things around. 3D printed this. So your perspective, so I have to hold it for my perspective. So to you it looks straight on. Because I am struggling to see what I want to see. Can't get my mind to imagine it. one thing too, I mean, a lot of the time, most of the time, I go right to reference, meaning I look for people in the pose that I'm wanting to draw, without trying to do it from my imagination. And so often I get caught up in, maybe their pose isn't right, it's not quite right, but I'll go from it anyway, and I end up a little frustrated because um, it's not actually what I wanted. And if I started from imagination, um, I could kind of get my idea first, and then and then apply the reference. So I'm capturing more what's important to me, what's important to the picture idea I have first. Good, Rochelle. I'm glad that sparked something. I was worried I was being a little too cruel, and I did not mean to be. So thanks for letting me know that. I did not want to frustrate you. That's still not quite the perspective I wanted. Looks like we're about out of time here. We got one more go. We'll just go real extreme angle. Oh, and I just thought I'd share this, because I'm always trying to think of the usefulness of these videos. And last night, I was up in bed, just kind of heading to bed, and I had my iPad and was just doing a little work, a little organizing of my plans and a little research. And our youngest son, he was laying there with me, just kind of waiting for his bedtime, I guess. But he was just hanging out there with me. And he was asking about my live stream. He was just curious, wondered when I do it, what it was like. And I said, oh, you want to watch one? So I put it on. We have a TV in our bedroom, and so I just put it on there and let it play. Well, then he fell asleep. And it just kind of dawned on me, I actually haven't looked back at these videos. I haven't watched them. It was kind of helpful to see the review. But I noticed just how it seemed very relaxing, if I do say so myself. And I asked him, kind of as I saw him getting comfortable, I was surprised he wasn't complaining about it being boring, which is a common thing that he might say. And I just thought these videos could be used as a way, if you're looking for a nice way to relax at night and be thinking good things. We always tend to go to sleep we have something on the TV. It's nothing great for us. It's fine. It helps us to get our mind off of things, so we feel like it's good. But it just made me think having videos like this could be good things to fall asleep to. So maybe give it a try if you like, and let me know if that was helpful. If I could encourage others to maybe try the same with these. So anyway, well, today was I don't feel too excited about what we drew today, but the point is not my drawing. The point is God's love for us and not what we can do. We are His hands and His feet. We do need to remember that. That's how we love one another. Let Him work through us. Rest. Take a nice breath. And let the Lord lead you through the day in peace and goodness through all the things that seem like problems, and let Him show you that simple, easy answer and take that next step. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, and hope you have a great week. I'll see you next time on Tuesday Bible Sketching.